Mm. Mm. Chase Bowers blanders my content.
WTF are you doing with my cereal?
Oh, Bob Boxer, you're finally back from piano lessons.
I'm like a master now. I also made a piano for here.
Oh, cool. Can I listen?
Yeah, come on, I put it in your room.
Alright, let's listen to some music.
Here it is.
Bob Boxer, it's just cardboard. It's cardboard piano, Bob Boxer. I mean, I don't know how's it gonna play music. It's cardboard, Bob Boxer. It's not a piano, Bob Boxer. It's cardboard. And cardboard can't play music. It can't play. Oh my God! Yeah, who would have expected Nintendo would be selling cardboard add-ons for the Switch? Like, I'm still baffled on how they got the idea in the first place. Well, crew, we have a controller that has an IR camera under it, and all we can do with it is eat sandwiches. So, Billy, for once in your underpaid life, can you give us a decent idea? Maybe. Hear me out. Instead of eating sandwiches, they can eat hamburger. Damn it, Billy! If you don't come up with a decent idea for once in your underpaid life, you can say hi to your new children's step.
Wait a freaking minute, this isn't piano practice.
Sir, you may not believe me. I have an idea.
Yeah, so I just looked up the price for these and holy shit, man, you could have at least bought a couple hundred miniature pecan pies.
Hey guys, I think I might know why the prices are so high. So you know how 1-2 Switch was $60 at launch, and the Variety Kit was $70? Well, I think the same is happening here. The cardboard strings and etc. are not overpriced, but I think it's the game that's overpriced. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Are the games even fun? That's why I'm going to rate every single Labo kit based off how fun they are, and if they're even worth my money. Okay, so let's start with the first one, the Variety Kit. This goes for $70. And it is not worth it! I can admit that building this, and all the others, for me at least, it was a blast. But if you're somebody who hasn't watched Bob the Builder as a kid, the instructions are so simple that even Strange Steve was able to build one. But the games? Now the games for the Variety Kit aren't bad. It's just that I got tired of them extremely quickly. The only two that really have some sort of replayability are the motorcycle and the fishing game. The motorcycle has you race around a track with CPUs in a sort of battle mode kind of like Mario Kart. You can also make your own tracks with this tiny motorcycle. Problem is you can't share these tracks online or play with other people. Then the game's all dads are waiting for. Fishing. For me personally, it's my favorite of the 5. When fishing, it can be pretty relaxing. The deeper you go, the harder it is to reel on fish, stingrays, or even a shark. And while reeling them in, the rod makes a nice clicking sound. That shit's good. Now, I'm not saying the other 3 are bad, but I just got bored of them a lot quicker. The RC car is not a car, but it's a bug that uses the HD rumble of the Joy-Cons to move. You can also use the IR camera to spy on people. Oh my God. Next is the Toy-Con house. All you do here is watch over this little furball and play mini games with him using the module. If you do good in the mini game, then you get food and candies, which you can use to decorate your little furry friend. Lastly for the Variety Kit is the piano. It's a piano. What do you think a piano does? But you see, I'm not the best at playing piano, so I'm gonna leave it to my friend, Bob Boxer. Take it away.
Okie dokie.
the first kit was kind of bland, so I'll give it 2 out of 5 chromosomes. You'll get bored of the games pretty quickly, and it is not worth it.
The next kit to come out on the same day as the variety kit is the robot kit. This kit took me almost a whole day to build. And you know, while it was fun building it, but man, let me tell you, this game's even blander than the first one.
There's almost nothing to do in the game, but one of the things you can do is destroy a city.
Now you see guys, in order to work the robot, you have to punch. Oh shit. In order to punch with the robot, you punch like that. See, because there's little bars inside, they go whoop, whoop, like that. Okay, and then in order to walk, you see, you put leg up, leg down, leg up, leg down. See, and walk. It's simple. Up, down, down.
Salt, I'm pretty sure people know how to walk.
Bob Boxer, are you sure? Because Fat Acceptance Movement might want to have a talk with you.
So yeah, in the game, all you do is go around destroying buildings and aliens, trying to get a high score. The only problem is that this is the only city to destroy, and it gets old fast. Same goes for the missions. Sure, you're playing them to get new abilities, but once you're done, there's really no need to go back. You can also customize the robot by sticking these bolts in it. There's a studio, but all you do is move, and then the switch makes noises. I bet kids will love it, and that's what these kits were made for. Kids.
But you see, I don't give a crap, so I'm still gonna give it a bad grade. 1 out of 5 chromosomes.
The third kit to come out was the vehicle kit. This kit includes the steering wheel, flight stick, and submarine thing? I don't know, but it makes a nice sound. In the game, you're pretty much given a whole open world to explore. Yeah, that's right, we got a full game for once. In this open world, all you really do is drive around, explore, and do little quests. It may not sound like a lot, but the world is pretty big, and there's many things to do. Plus, just flying around with the flight stick is kind of fun. Not you. If you get tired of the world, there's a racing mode kind of like the motorcycle kit.
You know, I'll be honest, this kit's pretty fun. You know, you got a nice open world you can explore. You got objectives to do, and it's just kind of really fun to fly around. Kind of like Pilot Wings. So, you know, I'll give it 3 out of 5 chromosomes. Now, the fourth and final kit is Nintendo's second time dipping into VR. And we know how the first time went.
It needs your eyes. Virtual Boy.
Oh, look at that, they haven't forgotten. The VR kit I was kinda iffy on, knowing how the first 2 kits were, but luckily they were selling the starter kit for 40 bucks. And so I bought it. And then I bought the rest because holy shit, this is fun. Also, I'd like to mention that I couldn't find these expansion sets nearly anywhere. Amazon didn't even have it, and it was overpriced on eBay, so I had to resort to using the Nintendo online stores to buy these.
Now, I think the reason why I really like this kit is because, you know, I've never really played VR before, and let's be real, I'm too poor for VR. So, like, it was just really fun, and the only time I played VR was on my friend's PlayStation.
Fine. Alright, Hat-coon. Oh, Banana-chan! No! Banana-chan! Where are you? Banana-chan! No!
And you know, that was pretty fun. But I think also another good reason why I like it is just because the games are really good.
The gun lets you shoot aliens as you ride along, kinda like Pokemon Snap mixed with Star Fox. It's kinda satisfying shooting them and trying to get a high score. And if you flip this down, it lets you stop time for a bit. The next game for this blaster is kind of a Hungry Hungry Hippo ripoff, and it's also pretty fun to play.
Now the next game, I actually wish it was Pokemon Snap.
Man, I wish I was in that game. I may not have been born yet, or like taking pictures, but damn if I don't look good in one.
I mean, he is just the Pokemon World version of him.
Are you kidding me? I'm literally right next to y'all.
The camera isn't a bad one by all means, but it's still the worst one in the kit.
all you really do is just look around the ocean, take pictures of sharks, fishes, and if you look hard enough, kind of like an Easter egg, you can even see the giant robot from the robot kit. And then you can also go in the house that's from the variety kit, and then kind of just mess around with the little furry guy more. At first, it's honestly pretty fun, taking a dip into the ocean or looking around the house in VR. But you know, after 5 and 10 minutes, it gets old pretty fast.
The next Toy-Con, the elephant, is probably my favorite of the kit. The two games are simple, drawing and marbles. Drawing is drawing, but it's more like using one of those cool 3D pens. Plus, there's one of those guess at drawing games, which is always fun with a group of friends. Then there's marbles, which is like making those cool marble sets like when you were a kid. There are also these challenges, and there's a lot too. They get harder and harder as the game goes on, but I will have to admit that not being able to walk forwards and backwards does hinder the experience.
Now the next game finally gives me an excuse to look up a bird's ass.
The bird Toy-Con has you fly around this island collecting food to feed birds. Once you get all 24 birds, you can awaken the Great Golden Bird. There's also a time attack mode. You can also combine the bird with this pinwheel to get a little air gun that lets you command the birds. The last Toy-Con is the wind pedal. This is honestly really cool. When you push down on the pedal, it creates a surprisingly strong gust of air in your face, making you feel more immersed in the game. This Toy-Con only has one game, where it's pretty much just one of those app commercials you see on YouTube all the time, but you can use it with the bird Toy-Con to go faster in the bird games. And with the wind blowing in your face, it's honestly made me feel like I was on the bird. This kit was a blast, and I find myself coming back to it sometimes just to be in a VR world, or just to relax. So I give this kit a 4 out of 5 chromosomes.
Now if you're thinking this is where Labo ends, well then you will be wrong, because Nintendo has been adding Labo support to some of their games.
That's right, Mario Kart, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Captain Toad all have Labo support. Mario Kart has you use the motorcycle Toy-Con and the Vroom Vroom Toy-Con. It's kind of like driving an actual cart and bike, but it's really hard to drift with the Vroom Vroom Toy-Con.
For one, it's the steering wheel Toy-Con, and for second, you're bad at Mario Kart.
Bob Boxer, I do not know what you're talking about, because you see, I nearly won a Mario Kart tournament.
The rest of the games use the VR goggles. Breath of the Wild uses them to make the whole game VR, and Mario Odyssey uses them for special missions. But I'll be honest, my eyes were hurting from playing these two. Smash lets you play certain stages in VR. It isn't much, but it's still fun. And I don't own Captain Toad on Switch.
And that's Nintendo Labo. Now the first two were... they're not good. They're not good. But then the third and fourth one, you know, pretty good. And yeah, honestly, I can say the VR kit, I honestly kind of recommend, because you know, if you never done VR that much like me, you know, you'd have a lot of fun doing it. Like I still sometimes hop into Smash Bros. VR just because it looks really cool.
You know, I could have created these with my box powers, so you didn't have to spend over $100 on cardboard.
Whoa, it seems like I gotta go slay some thoughts now to make some money back. So remember, hell is hot, so don't be a thought. My name is Salt, and I'll be seeing y'all later.